Welcome to Mystic Moons. How are you? This is a reading for Aquarius. Aquarius, let's go and find out a message for you. What needs to be said, Aquarius, that has not been said already? I have my little muse here surveying our little fledgling garden. It's so hard trying to keep some plants going in the winter. I do have a setup for plants with a whole bunch of grow lights, and I don't know if you can see that. I TA'd metal shelving, fans, timers. And this, I'm not really having my setup. I don't have my fans. Typically I put a fan on both sides so that there'd be an interchange of air, and then I'd have two T8 lights. I put them on a timer for a specific period of time. Try and group like plants together so that they can have the same type of, lighting requirements. But I'm not quite there to set that all up in this way. And so I have all my plants together, the medium shade ones, the full sun ones, or the ones that appreciate full sun. I have a few herbs. I have peppermint and spearmint. I have bay leaf and fig, together with some purely ornamental ones. Well, they're all ornamental. I'll say some purely toxic ones. Anyway, I'll get started in just a minute. I have a monstera, which is the youngest one I've ever attempted to propagate. And this one has actually been struggling. It has a little round of powdery mildew before. And then I've been moving it here so I can get a closer look on it. And recently this leaf came out. Can you see, Aquarius, how that leaf, the tip of it is gone? You know who was responsible for the tip of it being gone? This one. She's thinking that anything that is the shape of a spider plant could be munched, which is a little, I don't know, she's getting a little desperate. Before, she never munched the poisonous plants. No. So now I have her on leash, on harness, to make sure she won't be eating what she could access before it's ready. But my little nursery is still taking a beating as I'm trying to keep an eye out on them. see what is what needs to be done. They're saying it still is not tasty. Typically, she's very good with not eating what she should be. So we'll see. Anyway, Aquarius, let's go and get a message for you. Aquarius, oh yes, thank you for the like. If you do appreciate my time, give me a like. Come on, little girl, stop sniffing. She says something surely here must be worth eating. There's the bay leaves. She's been munching my bay leaves too. Come on. My fig, I have, my gray and white cat loves figs. And this leaf, this cutting, is the third time I've been trying to grow fig. He keeps on eating the whole thing. But with harnesses and strict supervision, we should persevere, I think. Anyway, Aquarius, let's go and get your message. Judgment. Bottom of the deck energy, Knight of Wands, Tower. Well, time to take action, Aquarius. Also, too, in this energy, whatever you have been planning on, investing towards, I'll move that over here, investing towards, slowly but surely, Aquarius, you've been building the right type of pathway for you to move down on. And as you move down into it, Aquarius, you're supposed to pick up speed. Something about this energy, Aquarius, something about what you have been laying down previously, what you have been working for previously. You need to take action on it, Aquarius. One would almost say in this energy, Aquarius, have you already been given a sign? Aquarius, what has been happening recently around this time period? Signs and affirmations, doors opening, possibly doors closing. But as those doors close, Aquarius, you can see even more clearly what direction to go to, go through. You know, sometimes doors close and we are left with quiet. And sometimes as doors close, Aquarius, the path in which we're supposed to go to becomes clearer, or at least where we should be focusing on for now becomes clearer. Judgment gets a King of Swords. 3 of Pentacles. And 5 of Cups. So that goes back to my original statement, Aquarius. What for you recently has become clear? Options that you had, Aquarius, that have all of a sudden become more refined, more narrowed down. King of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. Aquarius, one would say in this energy, New partnerships have to be created. New work has to be done. And also, too, with Five of Cups, not to have attachments for what hasn't worked before. Not to have attachments for, as well, the decisions that you made, or not attachments, but not to linger on that which you cannot change. Decisions have been made, Aquarius. Directions have been set. And with those decisions that have been made, some new decisions are coming to you to make, Aquarius, into what do you invest in, what do you continue working with, who do you continue working with, and as you do so, Aquarius, going to go and launch a new phase for you with Judgment. Of Cups, I'll take a peek at it. Not sure if this is nostalgia for what could have been, what perhaps you could feel should have been, for a situation that, in all likelihood, Aquarius, you should be walking away from. Or if the situation that you're being asked to review right now, have you been maintaining it? Have you been building it precisely because of things that you had let go in the past, perhaps, Aquarius, things that you felt like you did not fight hard enough for? There's that energy here. You could feel like, Aquarius, you had come across things that could have been great, but you chose to seek better. You chose to seek more. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Lovers was between Hermit and Two of Swords. Well, just sort of bringing together, Aquarius, the general theme about the partnerships, the special meetings, Aquarius, that come upon you. And how do you choose to develop them, if, Aquarius, you choose to develop them at all? Five of Cups, we'll put one card on. Five of Cups gets compounded Scorpio energy here. Both Five of Cups and Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. But this is regret over the choices that are made. Bottom of the deck energy, we have another five. Too much hassle. Too much hassle, too complicated, not worth the effort. And so walking away, leaving it alone. It's essentially what that Five of Cups is. I'm not going to touch Five of Cups because for me, it's early in the negative energy following me around, as my day is very, very new. And I stay up very, very late. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles gets a star, Aquarius energy. Six of Wands. And some more Scorpio energy with Six of Cups. Aquarius, one might say, with all the Scorpio energy coming up, you may have Scorpio placements. If you do have Scorpio placements, Aquarius, that's probably tied into what's happening here. depending what house it sits and what planet. If it is in, for instance, the house of communication or Mercury Aquarius, if you have that in Scorpio, for instance, you could be feeling like, I'll just say, you could be feeling like you haven't expressed yourself clearly enough. Either you didn't go and properly convey your emotions, or maybe you didn't properly convey or understand someone else's. For instance, if you have Scorpio in your first house, it could be also to a disappointment over what people expected of you, a mismatch energy, but we still have a mismatch of communication, expectations, and what was resulting, therefore, did not come out, but you get the idea. You could also be dealing with somebody in Scorpio energy with this placement. Doesn't even necessarily have to be somebody with Scorpio energy in their big three. If you knew that person well, you could. There are overtones here that what you did not know, you could probably find out relatively easily enough. His energy is not the stranger's energy. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be in their big three. I would just say that Scorpio energy is probably to where that connection with someone else was horribly disappointed. Or also, too, in this energy come recently, what is it, October, June, November, Scorpio season. Scorpio season could have had you reflecting on the current state of who and what you are dealing with now. And you could be seeing certain trends, Aquarius, maybe certain fractures, maybe certain just overall patterns that either you could expect in this energy, you could expect from someone else to produce. And while it seemed like they can produce it, they sort of have been working on producing it, they haven't quite done it successfully. One could also say in this energy too, of 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups, if they could produce it successfully, Aquarius, it's going to take a lot more time, especially with judgment, a lot more time than what you've already allocated or would like this to happen. That realization should be making itself clear to you. She's stretching out her little paws. She's like, here I am. Yes, we know. So I also want to point out that with these energies that we're getting, 2 6s, we're talking about how relationships progress. Maybe 2, one could say, in this whole pull that I have in my hands, not only how relationships progress, but how we envision the state of our relationships being, Aquarius. 3 of Pentacles, how being in certain environments with certain people working towards certain goals, even if not that much tangibly gets done at the end of the day, but still going through the motions of it feels fulfilling. It feels fulfilling, but then when you're actually going to go and do some hard recaps, you can see that too much time is spent on the act of feeling good, the thought of possibility, knowing that you have all the right team, or the right people. You could have the right environment, but the timing is off. Something about here, Aquarius, is very promising, feels great, feels invigorating, but it doesn't go much more beyond that. Just because it feels good, it's also too, Aquarius, energy that makes you feel good in the moment. But maybe when you reflect on what has happened, or you think about your expectations of what is yet to come, and that's where, well, reality and undeniable facts step in. King of Swords. King of Swords gets the World. But all these era cards, Judgment, World, 10 of Swords. Of course, 10 goes down to 1, a vibration of a new beginning. And 6 of Swords, another Aquarian energy. With this 10 of Cups energy here, some Pisces energy popping up here. Aquarius, you may have, thank you for the like, you may have Piscean placements. What was I going to say? We could also be expecting in this energy, Aquarius, that come mid-February, whatever answers or resolutions, is that the right word? Yes, that are going to be coming up, that you're going to have to face, you could find resolutions around that time period. I'm also going to say, in this energy with the Piscean energy coming up, Aquarius, where does Pisces sit in your chart? That could be the areas Pisces, that could be the area, Aquarius, in which you are unfulfilled. That could also be the area of the chart that, for some reason, the energies that are in those planets, in those houses, are quite significant to you, quite significant, and play a good role in why you deal with who and what that you do. Maybe even with the type of work that you seek out. What truly leads to criteria that you would classify as successes. But going back to King of Swords, the World, 10 of Swords, and 6 of Swords. Aquarius, you have a decision. If it's not on your plate already, Aquarius, this is a decision that is going to arrive in very obvious terms, a very obvious state to you soon. You have a very big decision, and that decision ultimately, Aquarius, comes down to what are you working for, and who are you working with in general. With cards that we have here, obviously it also speaks to a closer type of relationship, lovers, could be. But on a general level, the broadest level, Aquarius, those that you have been working with, You're going to have to take a hard look, Aquarius, and look at what exactly has panned out and how much more time do you want to give for success that you feel the promise of what could be, but hasn't yet actually materialized? Because ultimately, Aquarius, what I have here in this energy, it wants you to move on to things that are more productive, Aquarius. Also, too, as I said, check out that Piscean energy if you have Pisces in your chart, or Pisces season coming up. Could be, as I said, somewhat in Pisces energy, but I feel like Aquarius, it's more about either the timing or the placement. Something about where Pisces sits on your chart, that is where Aquarius, that feeds your soul and your motivation. And that's probably going to be the catalyst, the reason, Aquarius, the inspiration, the motivation for why you must ask for more, seek more, demand more, create more, create better. Hello. Yes, this is a reading for Aquarius placements, Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. But there are other ways you can tap into Aquarian energy. You could have several planets in Aquarius. You could also have planets that are in other zodiac signs, but maybe, for instance, you can have a significant amount of planets or houses that are in zodiac degrees. Aquarian zodiac degrees. It all depends upon if you feel Aquarius energy, if you have Aquarius energy significantly in your chart. Also, signature sign. Some people, their charts can not really have it a signature sign because their elements are all over the place, and other people can have it quite specific. Bam. That makes sense. Ah. Yes, I did so far 11 general readings. The final reading that I have to do before I do the other zodiac signs, just to make sure everybody gets their sign read, is Capricorn. As soon as I do Capricorn, then I'll go and repeat the other signs again. But all the other signs have had their December readings, except for Capricorn now, which I'm about to do in the next reading. And then we'll see what else comes up. Anyway, thank you everyone for your time. Thank you for the likes. And until next time, bye-bye.